Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tarikaremba. Thank you so much for tuning in today and for taking the time to watch this video. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Okay, so as you've already seen from the title, today we're going to be reviewing the Revlon Candid Foundation, Concealer, and Powder. So, this is what it looks like. Okay, so here is the foundation, here is the concealer, and here is the banana powder. So they already had a powder last year, but it wasn't the banana powder. Okay, so the packaging is pretty cute. I guess it's in a tube, and you can already see the foundation here, and of course it has a bit of a gold situation underneath the pump, which is cute. Yeah, and for the concealer, same packaging on the body, and then of course we have the silver top, which opens up into an applicator. Then for the powder, okay, so this is what it looks like when you open it up. So that is like a protected thing. Yeah, so yeah, it's a protector, and then this is where your powder is. So I guess you have to like do this to get it out. Yeah. So let's look at a little bit of information on this foundation. Okay, so according to the Revlon website, the full name of this foundation is the Photo Ready Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation. It is a mouthful. It is a mouthful, but anyway, it says weightless feel, flawless natural finish. So on the Revlon website, the international website, it actually has 31 shades, which is really good. But in South Africa, they only have 22 shades on Superbalist, and in Clicks they only have 8 shades. I'm gonna put it up for you now so you can see a photo of what I mean. So on that point already, it's a little bit tricky, because it just goes to show that even though there is inclusion with the shades, in store it's actually not the same thing, because I went in store to look for the foundation to match it and do all of that good stuff. There were only 8 shades, and the darkest shade that was there was not even my shade, so that was very disappointing. There were 8 shades, but then 5 of them were lighter, like your cream, beige, that side of the spectrum, and then 3 of them were the darker shades. So that was very disappointing to see, because I mean, at the end of the day, everyone wants to be able to sort of swatch the foundation and see if it's a good match and all of that before they make a purchase, because spending 150 Rand on foundation not knowing if it's your shade or not is really frustrating. No one wants to do that. So yeah, I would say that more needs to be done to make sure that the physical stores that actually sell this foundation, actually have the shades in store. But anyway, we'll come back to that just now. Okay, so according to the website, this is an incredibly creamy, moisturizing, and protective foundation. Okay. Details: skin enhancing, natural looking foundation which delivers a flawless finish all day long as it hydrates. Okay. Medium coverage that feels weightless, and it also has anti-pollution, antioxidant, and anti-blue light ingredients to protect your skin. Okay, so I guess we're looking for a natural look, a flawless finish, and medium coverage. Let's see if that's how it's gonna be. So first, we're actually just gonna have to like test out this foundation, because like I said, the darkest shade in store was not even my shade, and I feel like it shouldn't be a mission for me to be able to access my shade, to at least be able to check. So that was frustrating. So I had to shade match against K-Arms and Foyin because I usually wear the same shade as them. So they use the shade 550, which is mocha. So I'm gonna have to test it out on me before I apply it. Oh, we didn't prime. Okay, so actually let's prime. So we're gonna go in with the Revlon Rose Glow Primer. Yeah, Revlon does have new primers, but I could not find these primers at my local Clicks. So yeah, maybe I'll get it online another time and do a review for you. Okay, yeah, so now that I've primed my face, let us see how this foundation looks on me. It's not my shade. This is disappointing. Okay, I could use this foundation, right? Because it does match to my chest, and you guys know I match to my chest. The only problem is this foundation looks cool, so it's the wrong undertone. So if I put this on its own, I am going to look gray. Yeah. So this has been an epic fail so far. And you see, that is the point that I was making when I was saying you can't have 22 shades available in South Africa but only 8 shades in store for people to try. It doesn't make sense. So hopefully, you know, Revlon does do something about that. If anyone who can do something about it watches this, please, your customers need you, okay? And just like on that note as well, I hate that, you know, all the influencers that I've seen posting about this foundation in the last week haven't really said anything about that whole situation. So I mean, yeah, we know you're getting paid and you have to follow the whole procedure, but I feel like by leaving out that information, that's a little misleading. Because I mean, I went into a store and I was like, cool, I want to try this too. I couldn't do that. And I went to 2 stores. I went to 2 different Clicks. So it's not like I just went to one Clicks and didn't find it and left it. So it's really frustrating. And I don't know, I think the team at Revlon should also look into that. Maybe it's just a Port Elizabeth thing because, you know, PE is on the smaller side. No one really sort of brings their business to PE anyway. I mean, we didn't have certain stores here for a long time. So I don't know, but I mean, if you're gonna bring the product to the people, then at least bring shades that everyone can enjoy. So yeah, now we're in a bit of a pickle, but I have a solution, right? So what we're gonna have to do is mix this with another Revlon foundation, which is the I don't know why it's not focusing. Oh my gosh, guys, this camera will not focus. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna have to mix this with the Color Stay foundation because this is in my shade, so it's gonna bring the warmth that I need to make this work. Hopefully we can make this work. So yeah, I mean, already I'm really disappointed in this foundation because of that. It's inaccessible to the people. And that's not cute. I shouldn't have to buy another product to mix with in order to use the foundation. You know what I mean? I feel like it's such an inconvenience. Because I mean, you'll see the foundation and think, oh yeah, it only costs 150 Rand. Then you see that, oh, I don't have a shade, so I'm gonna have to buy something else to mix. It kind of defeats the purpose because someone will just think, oh, you know, let me just buy a different foundation and go to another, you know, brand that has what they're looking for. So yeah, let's see how this mixture is looking on my skin. Okay, cool. So this is warmer. It's warm. Can you see that difference? This was cool and this was gonna look gray on me. This is warm, so this is looking much better. So I'm gonna work with that and pray to God I don't turn gray. But anyway, now you can see that like even the formula has kind of been changed because I mixed. So firstly, I'm gonna start by cleaning up the top of my brows, because you guys know I use foundation to clean up the top of my brows. Okay, so we've just done my forehead because I obviously cleaned up the brows. But yeah, you know, whatever I have to say now is going to be a little slightly inaccurate. I can't really give a rating of the Candid foundation on its own because I've had to mix it with another Revlon product. So yeah, but so far I like how it's looking. Maybe mixing these two is something that I'm gonna do more often though, because it's looking nice and full. So I guess the mixture of the two just looks good, you know? Okay, so our foundation is on. Yeah. So yeah, the coverage that I got from mixing those two Revlon foundations is actually really good. I like the coverage so much. And yeah, now we're gonna go in with the concealer. So yeah, this is the concealer shade that I picked for myself. Again, online. So yeah, hopefully they do something about this because the product is inaccessible. Okay, so again, I had to pick this concealer online. I couldn't even swatch it or anything because there was none in store. Yeah, I really wanted to be a part of this glowing skin thing that they're talking about, you know, all over Instagram. Because, you know, as a content creator, you kind of have to keep up with what's happening with the different brands you're trying to like work with. And the primer is not in store, the highlighter is not in store, there are no shades in store, the banana pod is not in store. So maybe when these kinds of releases happen, they need to sort of specify and say when it will be available, because this whole thing started a week ago probably on Instagram, and you know, a week later I couldn't access the things. So yeah, anyway, concealer. Okay, so as you can tell, it was a good match. I'd made a good guess online, but the concealer is really thin. Can you guys see that? It's lightweight. It's lightweight like they say on the packaging. And I don't know how to feel about that because I like thick concealer. Yeah, it's definitely not a full coverage concealer, which is something that I personally prefer. But yeah, I am gonna leave it on for a few minutes just so it can become thicker, because I would want a bit more coverage than I'm getting right now. Okay, so I have left the concealer on for a couple of minutes. I'm now going to, you know, dab it in. Okay, it has a nice blend actually. I'm glad I left it for a few minutes because it does have a nice blend. Okay, yeah, so I guess if you do purchase this concealer, let it sit for a couple of minutes because you'll get a nice sort of blend like right now. Okay, cool. So here's what I look like with the concealer on. I like that the concealer blended in nicely after I let it sit. Yeah. Okay, the concealer I think is something that we can definitely do with, because after you let it sit, it does have a nice, you know, full, almost thick looking coverage, which is great. So, okay, the concealer is making up for what I was upset about with the foundation. So now I'm just trying to get the powder out so we can move on. So this is really fine, really fine, and it looks like it's also a lightweight powder. It looks like it's not going to be heavy. I don't know if you saw that, but yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna dip into my beauty sponge because I don't bake, so I'm just gonna apply this onto my face. Okay, yeah, it is lightweight. It's lightweight, it's not heavy. It blends right in, which is beautiful. It's not one of those banana powders that leaves you looking yellow, so I'm actually happy about that. So I also want to say that these products don't really have a smell. The foundation doesn't have a smell, the concealer doesn't have a smell, the powder doesn't have a smell, which is nice. So this is how I'm looking with just the Revlon products. But now obviously I need to do a little powder contour at least, because can't go anywhere without some contour. Okay guys, so I'm back with the final look, and I think it looks really good actually, but also I feel like I might be looking a little gray. I don't know, do I look gray? If I do, sorry, my undertone was wrong. So yeah, so final thoughts on the foundation. Oh, it has such potential, but obviously I was robbed of that whole experience, given the fact that in store it is hard to find shades for people, you know, my color. I feel like in general the shade range in store is disappointing, but you know, on top of that, there were only 3 dark shades in store. There were no concealer shades in store either, so it's kind of like, how am I supposed to know? I shouldn't have to, you know, guess. So yeah, I didn't like that I also had to mix the foundation with another Revlon foundation in order to wear it, because obviously my undertone was wrong. And yes, I know I picked the wrong undertone, but again, I was just gauging online and obviously referring to other people's shades as well. So yeah, this whole experience was disappointing to say the least. Yeah, man, I expected more from this whole range, but I feel like, I don't know, this was not the best review that I could have given, because like I said, having access to these products was extremely difficult. So that is why I'm disappointed, only because it was extremely difficult to get my hands on the right foundation shade. Otherwise, I did like the way the foundation, I mean, even though I mixed it with something else, I know what the color stay wears like on its own. So the fact that it looks like this means that there is something good about that formula. And of course, the fact that it has a natural finish, again, something good about the formula. And it is lightweight, absolutely. So yeah, I would say from my whole experience, I would probably give the foundation a 5 out of 10, simply because I didn't have access to, you know, even try to establish what the right shade was for me. So that was very disappointing, and that's why it went all the way down to a 5. The concealer was actually something that I enjoyed, even though it was really like lightweight and really thin. The wear that I got out of it after leaving it to dry for a few minutes was actually really good. So I'll give the concealer an 8 because I really enjoyed that concealer. And then the powder will get a 9 out of 10 because I did actually enjoy that powder. It's super lightweight and it just like melts right into your skin without any difficulty. So that was actually really nice. Anyway, so that was my whole experience with this Candid range. Do I recommend you go and buy it? I mean, if you have access to it, then by all means try and let me know. But I personally probably won't try buy it again as long as I can't, find shades. If I do go in store and I do find, a way to actually look at more shades for the foundation, then I'll definitely try again, because I feel like it has such potential, but the whole experience just robbed me of whatever that would have felt like, So yeah, I don't like difficulty. You guys know this. Like, why am I struggling to find a foundation shade? It's 2020. And what's even more disappointing is that it's not that the brand doesn't have the shades, it's that in store there are no shades. So yeah, that is kind of like, why? What is the reason? I need someone to give me a very valid reason for that. So yeah, it's very disappointing, because in store, I mean, it shouldn't be a difficulty for a customer to go on and find your foundation. Obviously, because I knew I wanted to review this foundation and all of that, I went the extra mile to now go on Superbalist and try to figure things out, watch other people's videos and look for other people's Instagram posts to find my shade. But it should not have to come to that. Yeah. Anyway, I feel like this video has gone on for so long, so I'm gonna end that here. Tell me what you guys think down below. If you've ever tried the Candid foundation, what was your ultimate experience with it? I feel like because I had to mix my foundation, I can't really give you an accurate answer about the foundation, but for everything else, it was pretty lit. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe.